happen, this insertion will order will may or may not be maintained. Why this will not be going to do this, I will be explaining you in also in the format of the picture. Okay, so if so these are some advantages with set. Let's start with directly coding so that you can understand. So but first we have to understand the differentiate between the set and the array list. Okay, so let me start with that, and here your batch 630. Set map, this is the package. I will make a class set example. Here just create a main method. I will just explaining the set. So let's see. First understand 2 points. Set cannot have duplicate values, right? Duplicate values. I will briefing this point in code also. Set does not follow insertion order. Okay, so just first declare a set. What is set? Set is an interface, right, which is present inside the collection interface. So collects, you need to declare set interface, right, and just put your cursor over here and import this java.util. You can see this I means interface. This set example, this is a class which I have declared. This is a class, that's why here C is what, right. This set is an interface, that's why we can understand what is the, how we can know that this is a collect interface or the class, right. Just declare object for this is equal to new set, hash set. I will be explaining this. Already I have covered this topic, how can we iterate over the, this is set. You can say that, sir, this is a class, right, and this is a interface, and I said that we cannot create the instance for the, we cannot create the object for this interface. How we are able to do? That's why I have explained that topic during I was covering the interface. Let do it again. I will do this for you. I will quickly show you. This is an interface. Let's convert it to interface, right, and this interface has a method void print. This method, by default all the methods present inside interface are the abstract, right. Now I will implement this interface inside another class, IMPL, right, and here I will implement that interface, implements interface example, right, and here you need to click and that will implement, add unimplemented method, and that will implement this method. Here I'll print by name sysout 1, right. Now I said just have a main method for this, which will call the main method. This will be, now I can create the object for this class, right, because this class implement all the abstract method present inside this interface, right. So only one method was present inside this interface, so that's why I have implemented here, and now I can create object for this class. If there was 2 methods and I have implemented only one, then I have to either declare this class as a abstract, or we need to again implement that method to make this object for this class, right. So now I will do that. This I am quickly showing that because interface part is already covered. Interface obj equal to new. here you can call this method directly, object dot print, right? So I have created object for this, right? But I said that I need to use this interface as a reference variable, right? This interface, right? So you can say this is an interface where this interface example, I will copy this, and I said to you that we cannot create the object for the interface and abstract classes, but we can use this as a reference variable. So that's why I am using here, and this is okay, this is not an error, because object methods are present, already implemented methods are present in this class, right? And here interface I can use at reference variable. Same thing I am doing with this set I am using the reference variable, right? And this has set which has implementation of this set class. Just click on this has set, see, public class has set implements set, right? This class has set implements the set, right? So this is what I was trying to show you, so that we can understand has set class implementing this set. Same thing I was doing in my example, interface implementation was implementing this class, right? And I was using my reference variable as interface as a reference variable here. Same I am doing here. So this is the predefined class, right? So what does it mean? All the methods which are present in has set, right? So there may some abstract methods, those abstract methods are defined in this set interface, right? So just go here and you can see that. You can explore this as later on. Let's see, these are some methods present. Boolean add method is present. Add method, what it does, it adds the value, just like in array list the add method we are using to add the values, right? Similarly here also add method is present, right? Remove method to remove an element, and these are all, these you can see that these all are abstract, right? Because there is no implementation for this these methods. You can see we cannot edit it, but you can see this is abstract method, because in interface everything is abstract by default, right? Let me show you. Every method inside interface is abstract by default, okay? So just explore after this class. So just why this is at an interface and this is abstract. Now I can add all values to this set add. I have added one done. This was enough. You can just I have explained this so that later on you can explore this. You want to get more Java knowledge, right? So Sumit object dot add Neha object dot add Kiran, right? Now what I will do, I will print this set sys out object. I will directly print this reference variable and I will run this. See what I have defined. I have first added Vandan, second I have added Sumit, third I have added Neha, and fourth I have added Kiran. But you are getting output in different order, right? You have added in this order, you are not getting in same order. This means set doesn't follow the insertion order. What in case of array list? If I was trying to do this with same this array list, let me show you. Array list al is equal to new array list, right? Array list, okay. So what is this defined? Now I will import the array list. Okay, now I will add values. Just copy this, save, and paste here, and just use this here. Sys out al. Right, now see, array list will print in same order as you use. I have first added Vandan was printed, then added Sumit was printed, then added Neha was printed, then added Kiran. Array list follows the insertion order, but set doesn't follow the insertion order, because internally set use the hashing concept. What is this hashing concept? Suppose, just I will brief only. Suppose I have these 7 indexes, and in random order, when I have added the suppose first I have added in set, what value was added? Vandan, right? So in random order, in random hashing order, here suppose in third index Vandan was assigned, right? And second I have added Sumit. So suppose in sixth index randomly Sumit was assigned. So, and similarly someone was assigned to first index. So when it gets data, it gets in indexes order, whatever it comes first, right? Whatever comes first, whatever it will find first, it will print that one. So that's why hashing concept assign values random in random locations, right? So just explore this hashing concept if you have a curiosity to gain knowledge, but this is some brief about that hashing. So that's why set does not follow any insertion order. Here you can see that one point is another, that set cannot have duplicate values, but array list and list can have duplicate values. Let's add this again, Kiran. I will add Kiran again, right? Kiran, and here I will add al dot Kiran in array list, so that you can find the differences. I will run both. See, Kiran, Neha, Vandan and Sumit, right? 4 values were printed, but here we have 5 values. 2 values were duplicate, so it values were printed only one time, but here insertion order was also followed and the Kiran was printed 2 times. So set array list can have duplicate values, right? Duplicate data it can have, but set cannot have duplicate values. So that's why if this data was something, suppose we have 2 Kirans, right? We have 2 Kirans in our class. Suppose we are developing a application of application which have students data. So there may be 2 students named as Kiran, right? So if in that case I will use this will be losing our data, right? That's why we need to use array list at that time, right? We need to care when to use a set, right? Sometimes we don't need to store duplicate data in our database, so in that case use the set, otherwise prefer the array list. So mostly 90% of times in our Selenium we will be using array list. Okay, now jumping to the map. Before that, if anybody has any questions related to set, you can ask me. Enabarsu, Khaja, Sudhir. You are not audible.
No, it's clear for me.
Okay, okay, okay. Next I will be using map. Just declare main method over here. Guys, you have seen that this I have explained again, right? Although this topic was covered, because I think that I need to explain here so that you can find the differences and you can understand in a better way. So you can see that live examples are right, but if you guys will not practice, you will forget this. That's why we have assignments. Once you practice, you will never forget. Now I will be going through with the map. Let me declare map. So what is map? Map stores data in key value format, right? I will be explaining this. Second, map can have duplicate data, right? But cannot have duplicate keys, right? Similarly, you cannot have duplicate fields in your database. You cannot have duplicate keys in your map. So what is the when to use this map? Just refer your phone directory, right? In your phone directory you cannot remember everyone's name, right? You cannot remember. If I take another example, then in your email IDs you can remember the email IDs, but no, you can remember, suppose the website URL college2industry.com, so you can remember this domain. But if I give you the IP address of the college2industry.com, you cannot remember, because you have thousands of websites every day to browse on, right? So like just like we have facebook.com, we can not remember the IP address of it. That's why we have name. This is easy to remember the names instead of remembering the numbers, right? Remembering the IP addresses of the mobile numbers, right? So in that case we will be using where we have to remember the data, we have to memorize the data. Then in that case we will be using the map, right? That right, every class teacher cannot remember the roll number of every students, that he writes name first and then his roll number, right? So in his diary. So this is some examples where when to use the map, right? So map stores data in a key value format, right? So map object is equal to new hash map. Now just remove this, we don't need as of now. Okay, map, just put your cursor over here, import this package, right? And error is gone. You can see this map is also is an interface, and this has map is implementing class of this interface, right? Every method which is present inside map interface, which is abstract, is implemented by hasmap class, right? One thing I also want to explain here, that in set, if you want that okay, this doesn't follow any insertion order, this prints in random order, I will comment this code. Just comes to the set. I want to add one more point here, right? If you want that okay, this insertion order is not getting followed, likewise here insertion order, but you want that okay, but some sorting should be there, so just you reset instead of this. I will comment this so that you can refer later on, and here you can use reset, right? So there will be proper, at least there will be a sorting order that will be maintained. So if you want to find out the data, it will be easy for you to finding, right? I will import the class of it, right? So run as Java application. So you can see Kiran, Neha and Sumit, these are in a sorted order, right? So in which order they are sorted? Increasing to decreasing to increasing order follows, right? So these are some classes available to you with this set to operate on. Okay, so similarly here we have map, but if you want to add data on map, so just like we are using add method with the array list and set, we have put method to add data in it, right? Object dot put, and you can see put object key and object value. This method we have to use object key and then value. Key, suppose my mobile number, let it on, and mobile number, and key double it, okay, object dot email, object dot put, and here I will, not compute method, object dot put, and here I will pass the key is suppose email, and value of this key suppose college to industry @gmail.com, right? This, and another, suppose another value I put out, dot put here city, suppose name, because I have not printed in name over here, right? Name Vandan, right? Now I want to print this, but there is a point, just note on, you cannot iterate map, right, directly. First you need to convert it into set, right? Why we cannot add directly? Actually this is defined by the Java developers, but there may be a that my thought process of thinking is that why we cannot iterate directly. You can see this is a key and this is a value, okay, this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value, but in set you have direct values, right? You don't know from for which, either for key or for value you need to iterate on, right, which iteration it should follow. But in case of set and array list, there are indexes assigned and you directly traverse with the indexes. Here indexes are present for two cases, one index is present for mobile keys and one indexes are present for the values. So first you need to convert that indexes into key set, right? So then after you can tell your compiler that you have to iterate over the indexes of the keys, right? How can you convert those? Let me tell you. You need to use set and the object, right? And then after you have to write this object, this is same object, right? So set values, right? And I will import this set first, okay, this was not imported, this was imported in previous class, and then I will copy this object and convert this into key set, and there is a method for converting is named as key set. So this method will internally, what is written, click on this is converting it into key set. Now you know that you have to iterate over the indexes of the keys, right? Okay, now you can iterate. How? Use for each loop for iteration for each. Now here you can define its type. You are storing the string values. If you want to define, just define it, okay, so that you don't need to follow the return type of object. Yesterday I have 10 to 12 minutes 15 minutes of explaining this topic, what is the advantage of the using this object, right? So first I will be again today I will again telling this string and define map values. I will define like this map value, right? So you can, and here I need to pass, this is already done by my compiler because I have used that functionality provided by Eclipse IDE. Otherwise go for the data, after column here you will print that variable, and you should know your return type class. This is of string type because it has string variables. If you don't know the return type, then use the object. Object is the father of all classes, it will accept any type return type. Now here just print your key, and after key your value should be printed, but first your key should be printed. So this is your key plus, so that they equals to, and then dot get key. And key you have to print here. This is your key. What it will do, it will get key from the object is this, right? And dot get, this get method, one by one it will be getting your key, and it will printing your key and value pair. Mobile number, name and email, right? What I have done, if we know that return type is string, then instead of this object, because if you don't know or what type of class it's returning, return type the class we don't know, then use the object is super type which can accept anything, right? Object is the father of the all the classes, it will. And what here I have done, this is the set, right? First I have converted this map into set, so that I can iterate over the keys, I iterate over the values, right? We can print the values, right? So that's why I cannot iterate over the map directly, that's why I need to convert my map into the set, right? So I have converted my map into set. How can we do that? There is a method keyset. Your map object was this object dot keyset, this will convert your map into the set. How this is converted, right? Now you need to store inside some variable, right? So you have stored inside this variable, right? And what this type of variable is, actually we are storing this integer kind of value, string type of value. So that's why I have named the or string type, right? And set, which will store all the key set of this, that's why this will store. So this way you can convert set and pass the return type. If you don't want to pass, you can use here object type, but we know the return type will be string because we have string type of values. So here, if you don't know, if you are confused, use this, right? So this way values will be printed. Now here I have printed my key one by one. This value store because we have passed all the keys through this method to this variable. So this variable store all the keys, right? This values variable store all the keys, and in this to this variable it will be assigning one by one. First time this mobile key will be assigned, this mobile key will be printed, and this object this is the map object dot, this will get key from this variable, right? If you don't want to, if you want to print only one variable, one key, so you can directly print is like this, right? That's why I am showing you object dot get, and what you want to print, pass your key here. Suppose I will pass email. Now this will print our email value of email, right? See, college2industry@gmail.com, right? Similarly, if you want to print all, so you need to use loop for that, right? And before using loop, you need to convert. First you have converted into the key set, right? Okay, so just comment this. Now comment this. Now if you want to iterate through loop, you have to use this key set method, otherwise see this error, right? Otherwise see this error, this doesn't understand the type of values, cannot resolve to a variable, just because we have not converted into set. Once we will convert, this error will go on. Okay, but if I need to fetch only one key, then there is a method get method, which in object map object dot get right? And here pass the key, you will be entering your key, right? But if you want to iterate through the loop, then you have to convert into the set first, and set will store all the keys, right? And then you can iterate over the keys. So this, how to convert? Object dot key set is a method which will convert this map values to the set, right? And store inside a variable and set and type of return type. So this way you can get. And if you don't, if you want to use string over here, you can use string, because we know the return type of the values is string, so that's why, right? And always your keys will be on which format? String. So this will be same, but I cannot say this directly, right? You need to understand it by your own. I cannot say this every time. This always, the keys will be always your string type, right? This otherwise you cannot remember the names, right? So that's why I am saying this, but you need to understand it's by your own, that every time, so we will return type of a string, so we will use string over here, but thing is same. But you don't need to assume anything, you need to understand the concept. That's why at the last I am telling this point. Okay, so anybody has any doubt in set or maps? Anabarshu, Haza, Sudhir.
So yes, it's understandable. So you are saying even though the mobile number is integer value, so we need to put the string format on.
Yeah, it's a good question, but actually what happens in database,
Keep that value.
yeah, in database we also store in a varchar format, right? Character format, mobile number. Why? Just because in values we cannot manipulate. If we cannot manipulate any value, then we should keep it as a string format, right? We cannot manipulate our mobile numbers. That's why in database also, in real time, in live databases, always your mobile number will be as a string, right? If I will try to store this as a integer value, this will be saying that long time return type, right? Say, see, type integer is out of range, right? So that's why I have did that. There are some ways to resolve this, but we don't need to go to those topics, and we need to explain later on. Okay, but always keep your mobile numbers as a string.
Okay, okay, got it.
So this was my agenda. If anybody has any question, tomorrow there will be a doubt session related to collection. Today I am finishing the core Java part, and from Monday I am starting Selenium. Yes, Bilal.
Yeah, one of the scanner class is still remaining.
Yeah, scanner class is still remaining, but I will share you some.
Can you include scanner class in tomorrow's session? After that, we will ask our query.
Okay, I will ask Sumit to do that. Otherwise, I will share some articles. Just like, let me show it quickly. Okay, I will create a new class, right? If you want to take input from the user, scanner sc equal to new scanner, there is system dot in. What this system dot in means, that take input from the user. This in means input, right? So it will take input from the user. This why internally it's written. Just click and read out the system class. So what this system class says, right? So here you will find the all the differences. You cannot override just because this class is final. Okay, so if you want to take input from the user, just follow this. Okay, after that, suppose I want to take integer value, right? sc dot next int. Now here you have to pass a message, enter a value, right? And after he enters, just print it, a, run it, enter a value. I will print 5, right? And when I print 5, this output will be 5 printed here, right? So if you want to take the string value, system enter name, so here string name is equal to sc dot next. Just print out this name after that, name. Suppose I will comment this, okay, run it. I will print this number after I will take all the inputs, right? Just run it, enter a value 5, oh here 5, after name Vandan, so 5 I printed and name was also printed. So this is scanner. This was very simple thing, that's why I have not explained. You guys can explore it by your own. Also if I will put, suppose I give name like this, suppose a, so enter value 5, suppose I give space in between names, see only number is printed, so only one then is printed. So there is a method next line, instead of this next you need to use the next line. Explore this scanner class. This is just 5 to 10 minute task. I will share some articles to you.
Okay, Vandan. I will try.
Okay, if you face any problem you can reach out to Simit as well. If you directly post out your questions in this, already I have created that Facebook group, but nobody is asking questions on that. So that these are some simple topics, Belal, right? So there is no never ending of the Java. If that's why I have skipped some topics, because our focus should be Selenium. Typical topics I have already covered, like collection, OOPS concept, interface, abstract classes, constructor chaining. In these concepts we face problems in Selenium, we don't understand. That's why I have covered all the core Java important part, right? Also I have escaped the exception handling, multi-threading. Why we go to so much in depth in Java? Just first start with Selenium and parallelly we'll be understanding all the concepts.
Okay, Vandan.
Okay, so anybody has any other doubt?